And we're back. All right. Basebald, Bald Brothers. I'm Brandon. This is Brian. And we are going to be talking. This is a show about baseball from a Houston's perspective. And we are going to be having a Houston perspective today. We're talking all Astros and what it looks like going into the season and what they've looked like the first 2 weeks of the season up until today. So we're going to jump right into it. Remember that you can reach us at the email, also on Twitter and Facebook. But we want to jump right in and talk about, if Kansas City wins today and the Astros score holds up, Astros are in first place all by themselves.
Just go ahead and clear path to the World Series, I guess.
That's right. That's right.
It's over.
Hey, a 6-6 start. I'll probably just jinx this. We'll probably, blow it now. But 6-6 start. We're sitting right at that 500 mark. I'll take it. I'm excited about the way the team's been pitching. Who would have thought? Just as we predicted, the starting pitching is the strength of this team.
The offense was where the weaknesses are.
Yes.
Clearly.
Bullpen is awesome. Really been solid. Duduno, Will Harris, Qualls, Gregerson, Neshek.
Very deep. Very deep. I like that.
Sip from the left side.
Love
that. And you've got Fields, who's healthy now, working his way back in AAA. He's your big power guy, your strikeout guy. You got to find a place for him. But it's hard to find a guy to send down. I mean, Duduno's your long man. Will Harris, 19 straight appearances, not giving up a run. It's nuts. Who do you get rid of?
Well, ultimately, it's a good problem to have.
Great.
Yes, the bullpen is awesome. It's stacked right now. That's one of the strengths. We had hoped that it would be much improved with a couple of signings, Neshek and Gregerson, and it's been awesome. I mean, the guys are all pitching pretty well. For the starting pitching, well,
I'm pumped. The bullpen it seems like right now something we don't have to worry about.
Yeah, seemingly. Man, it's been 2 weeks, but we'll see.
I like the decision to put Gregerson in the closer spot, but yeah. I mean, bullpen, I think we agree is solid, and it's a nice problem to have that we've got somebody like Fields that we're trying to find a spot for, and at this point, it doesn't look like we have one. So it's a good problem to have. We're going to move on now because right now, hopefully it stays this way. Bullpen, solid, check.
Yeah. So the starting pitching, one of my questions about the starting pitching, not only is it not deep with really big time arms or anything like that. We talked about the lack of a true ace for the Astros coming into spring, and is Keuchel and McHugh, are they going to be able to kind of replicate what they did last year? And so far, yes, and better actually.
Yeah, you're right. You're worried about.
I wasn't counting on that.
Yeah,
awesome.
You're wondering if they're going to be able to replicate what they did last year. The answer is no. They're better. It's awesome. It's just amazing spin on that Colin McHugh ball. I don't know how anybody is going to hit it. Keuchel seems to have complete control, knows exactly what he wants to do, keeps that ball low. Everybody's grounding out. It's a beautiful thing.
And the rest of the rotation sucks.
No, you can't go there. I actually like what Roberto Hernandez has been doing.
Roberto, who's that? Fausto Carmona?
Fausto Carmona, that's right. For those of you who didn't put it together, Roberto Hernandez is the once and former Fausto Carmona, who had some visa issues, suspension by baseball. Pitched a little bit last couple years with Miami, Philly, and the Dodgers. Seems to have some pretty good sink still left on that ball, which was his trademark, and now makes sense that he was signed here by Luno.
Yeah, it had some early success in Cleveland. I think people remember he had one spectacular season.
Yes, and he keeps that ball down. And right now he's kept the Astros in all the games he's started. We get those bats going, he'll be fine. I really like what he's doing. What he's doing is buying some time for Mr. Appel, who's lighting it up down in AA. Also gives you possibly a trade tool to get another piece in July if that's the way you want to go, depending on what happens with the team.
Yeah, that huge package we're going to send to Atlanta for Freddie Freeman.
Yeah, don't see that happening.
But yeah,
talking about Mr. Appel, he's 2-0. He's had 2 starts, 10 innings, 8 strikeouts, 2 walks. People are batting 121 against him, and he's got the .90 ERA. So he's looking just fine in Corpus Christi.
Very sharp.
They're keeping his innings down. I know that the Astros organization likes to throw 2 starters a day. But in this case, I think it might be for a little more, keep Appel's innings down. He may be able to help you out later in the year and still have some innings to burn once he reaches the majors. So I think that's the plan. If he keeps throwing the way he does, who knows, maybe he makes it up about the same time as Carlos Rodon.
We'll see. There's that name again.
Oh,
but
sorry.
Yeah.
Did I bring that name up again?
Well, I don't know when they're planning on bringing. I don't think
He's probably a July, August kind of call-up. I think Appel does make the majors this year, depending on how the...
Definitely, I just don't know when.
I think it's going to be... I think it's going to be July or August. Probably August, depending on the need, maybe July.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, depending on the need, depending on how Wojo does, how, if Roberto can continue doing the stuff that he's doing, and if Feldman's going to keep pitching like garbage, then
Feldman
could be a problem. So
should note that as of the taping of this, Feldman is currently winning 4-2, and so hopefully he gets his first win this year, and the Astros, like I said, will be in sole possession of first place. But yes, Scott Feldman has not looked great, and we will see about Wojciechowski, who gets a start in Seattle this week.
Yeah, he got hit hard in that in his first start. I went to that game. It was not just the fact that he gave up runs, but his outs were smoked. I mean, they were hitting the ball hard all over the field, and he just looked like maybe he had a lack of focus, or I don't know. But first start jitters. I don't know what to make of it, because I wasn't expecting so much clean contact from the opposition.
Yeah, and I hope he's able to put it together, because with Peacock going down, Oberholzer still not back. The other options, unless you're going to bring up someone like Appel, who I do not see coming up before the arbitration deadline at all in June. The other options are Dan Straley, who hasn't looked too great down in AAA, Jake Buchanan, Alex White, who has not looked good. Brady Rogers hasn't turned out very well. His first round.
A rough start to the season for a lot of those guys down on the farm.
Most of your big prospects are down in Corpus with Hader and Velasquez.
Need a little more time.
Yeah, so hopefully Wojo can give us some quality starts while Peacock and Obi get healthy.
Yeah, if we could bridge the gap till June, that would be great. And if they are going to bring up Appel, I think that would be fantastic.
Yeah, the pitching so far in the major league level, I've got to say, is the biggest surprise for me. They look pretty good. Really excited with Keuchel McHugh. Not as much with our 5 spot or Feldman, and Fausto Hernandez is keeping us in some games. So I'm happy with that, and I hope that holds up. Not much depth in AAA, like we said.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the prospects in AA, and we probably won't see them until July or August.
At the earliest.
At the earliest. But AAA, while they don't have too many arms to help out, the bats look good.
Yeah.
I know they are playing the PCL, but you want to talk about Mr. Singleton?
Yeah, basically, since we last taped, it was the decision was made to keep him down on the farm to start the season. One of the things that I was hearing was that his swing was very inconsistent, which was kind of a huge red flag for a guy like that. He needs to be consistent in his approach. I kind of knew after that comment was made by A.J. Hinch that he was in trouble for making the opening day roster. And with the outfield set up the way that it is, push Carter to DH or Gaddis to DH, and there's no room for Singleton right now, but you know, it'd be nice to see him try to fight his way back up. I think he's batting in the 270s right now so far.
Yeah,
early going.
Singleton's got 10 games, 37 at bats. He's batting 270, but 386 on base percentage, 9 strikeouts, 7 walks. He's got a couple of home runs. His OPS is 927. So not a bad start.
Encouraging.
Yeah, that's the strikeout to walk ratio that he's got right now going. The on base percentage. That's the encouraging part. I think the power is always going to be there.
Sure.
And so if he can keep that batting average around 270, that'd be. I mean, I think that'd be.
Sure beats 170.
Bonus, yes. The other person, moving on real quick, just to mention in AAA, is our boy Preston
Tucker.
Preston Tucker, who I liked your just offhand comment a little while ago. Why not try him at first base? You know, Singleton, Carter's not going to hit anymore. I know you'd like for Carter to hit, maybe use him as a trade piece.
Yeah.
If they're not going to hit at the majors, why not try Preston at first base? He can obviously hit. He hits with power. He's got 4 home runs right now. His OPS is 1168.
He's like 24 years old.
Yeah,
now.
This is nothing new for him either. He's got a pretty good track record of having a good bat, some power.
Read off his stats so far for the year.
He's in 9 games. He's got 35 at bats, 2 doubles, 4 homers, 11 RBIs. He's got 5 walks to 6 strikeouts. His on base is 425, and his batting average is 343 with an 1168 OPS.
I'll take it.
So yes, that is California, but there are very few other people that are putting up those numbers.
Everybody else is doing it.
We want to talk quickly about some of the other prospects and how they're doing. But while we're pulling up some of their numbers, what do you think about the way A.J. Hinch has handled the team so far?
I'm a fan of Hinch. I like the way that he's handling the team. The shaking up of the lineup, obviously after getting off to a rough start, everybody's slumping all at once. You have all these big sluggers that are just, nobody looked like they had a clue what was going on at the plate. It's unfortunate that was all going on at once, but it's caused some juggling. And I think one of the biggest problems is you don't have that prototypical number 3 hitter. You don't have a number 1 hitter, really. I mean, Altuve you'd rather see in the 2-hole. And
I like the idea that he had about having Springer in the 2-hole, but you kind of wonder if Springer changed his approach because he was in the 2-hole. I like him being in the 2-hole if he gets him 30 extra at bats. I think that might be the numbers, 30 to 40 extra at bats a year.
Sure, because he has to carry the team offensively.
Yeah, and you'd like to see him coming up in big spots. But what keeps happening is we get Lowry coming up in big spots, and Jed Lowry cannot be your 3-hole hitter or your 5-hole hitter. I know everybody else is slumping that should be hitting there, Chris Carter, but let's go ahead and move Springer back to the 3-hole. You know, you do have your prototypical 3-hole hitter in the system. His name's Carlos Correa.
Right.
He's playing in Corpus Christi. I believe he's hitting 351 with a 1091 OPS, playing good defense, 12 RBIs, home run, 8 doubles in 9 games. So
he can play.
I think that
yeah, he's your 3-hole hitter with Springer going to be your cleanup guy eventually. You know, that's the plan. But
they're all right-handed. They're all right-handed, so you might have to fit a lefty in there somewhere, and I get that. I don't know if Lowry's that bat. I'm not even sure that Valbuena is. You might have to go out and get that left-handed bat. I'm not sure it's in this system, but I don't know. We've got. I'm pretty excited with what I've seen so far from A.J. Hinch. I think he's been a little limited with what he could do with Lowry and Valbuena in the 3 and 5 spot, and Gaddis and Carter not hitting. A couple other guys I'd like to just mention. J.D. Davis has gotten off to a fantastic start. So is Derek Fisher. I'm not sure why Derek Fisher's down in Quad Cities, but he is hitting. Brett Phillips looks good. Colin Moran looks like he is what we thought he was, a guy who cannot hit or hit with power.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know what to say about Colin Moran. I don't see it, what the fascination is with him. He's
a bat on the ball guy. I don't know.
But he's not putting the bat on the ball. Tony Kemp is batting .367. Is he a guy you can slide over to third base, get his bat in there? You know, you trade Carter and get Gaddis at some time at first base and have Kemp be your DH, get you some speed. He's definitely a bat on ball guy. His on base percentage through 10 games is .525. And his slugging is .925. He's not going to hit you a lot of home runs, but he's always going to be on base. He's going to be a pest. He's going to steal bases. He's going to score runs. And I'd love to see Kemp and Altuve at the top of any lineup with Springer and Correa behind them.
Yeah, that could be your leadoff guy. I mean, that's what we need right there.
But where do you play him? And I'm sure that's a problem for the Astros as well. Where do you play Tony Kemp? Because we already have a second baseman.
Yeah, we do.
Anything else you wanted to talk about?
You know, just all in all, the way that there's kind of a lack of runner advancement on this team. It's definitely an American League team now, constructed to hit the 3-run homers, not moving guys over. You know, it's just kind of disappointing to watch, I think, but it'll probably be a lot more exciting when they start hitting home runs.
Yeah, I'm also excited about Josh Hader, Lance McCullers. They both look good. One guy,
Lance has gotten off to a real good start.
Yeah, one guy I really that we haven't mentioned before in any previous shows that I really liked when I saw him in spring training, and now he just followed that up with what he's doing in the minors is Joe Musgrove, and that guy's 2-0 with a 1.00 ERA, 10 strikeouts in 9 innings. His first 2 starts, they're limiting the innings as usual, but he looked like he's just taken off again since spring training. So that just might be a name. He's only an A-ball, but I think he's going to advance quickly. I wouldn't be surprised if they jumped him over the Lancaster and put him straight into Corpus eventually. But I think that's just a name to keep.
There's not enough talent in Corpus right now as it is. So.
Well, as soon as those Corpus arms get moved up mid-season, I think Joe Musgrove will end up in Corpus. So that'll be another name to keep an ear out for.
Yeah,
but
ultimately, I think I'm pretty pleased with the results. I think they're fortunate to have the record that they have after the offensive start that they've gotten off to. But I think when things pick up, it could be very good.
Yeah,
make a couple of tweaks and changes, bring up a guy here and there, make a trade. I don't know.
Yeah, you still have that guy in the middle of the lineup that can carry you for a month. We've seen it already. So you have that talent. As soon as he gets started, it could really be a springboard for the rest of the offense. Yep, I went there.
All right.
Well, for my brother Brian, I'm Brandon. This has been Basebald. Go Stros!
Go Stros!
We're talking baseball. Klazuski, Campanella talking baseball. The man and Bobby Fella, the Scooter, the Barber and the Nuke. They knew 'em all from Boston to